First of all, take introductions and then we go into the agenda, starting from my external ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we can always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace, do only those things that promote unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigerians. Amen.
I speak for the President Constituency and for Ondo State. Welcome, sir.
Chairman, House Committee on Ferma and the Deputy
Chairman, House Committee on Ferma, Senators, my honorable colleagues, honorable ministers, managing director of Ferma, and his team, permanent secretary, Minister of Works, and the clerk of the Senate and the clerk of the House. So my name is Engineer Akira Hussein. I am representing the people of the Yoruba Aquarius Federal Constituency. I am from Oyo State, House Committee Chairman of the speakers. Thank you.
Mine is going to be very brief for the space of opportunity. We have had the opportunity to go through the budget of Ferma for 2025. We are also aware of the 2024 performance of Ferma. As a federal institution in charge of maintenance of roads, we know the condition of the federal roads. One of the major agencies that this administration we feel should have given a proper place and proper attention and funding is Ferma, managing 38,000 kilometers of federal roads, A1, A2, A3, A4, requires adequate funding. This committee has no issue with the new roads that are being constructed. That issue is so. But our concern is about the maintenance. The irony is that we accord too much attention to constructing new roads to the detriment of maintaining existing roads. Nigerians are yearning and crying every day. The carnage, the loss of lives and properties on our highways is unacceptable to this committee. And therefore, we were taken aback when we saw the provision made for the maintenance of federal roads in 2025. Sadly, the factory sum that was allocated to Ferma, I'm sorry to say, with no apology actually, is not enough to allow Ferma to discharge its responsibility of maintaining federal roads. We believe one of the cardinal objectives of this administration through the renewal agenda is about restoring the confidence of Nigerians in governance, bringing about development and prosperity. And roads are very critical to the attainment of this noble objective. through the roads that we move goods and services. It's through the roads that we bring about interconnectivity, trading and commerce. We are all of us here are quite aware of the constant complaints that we are receiving every day from our communities about the poor condition of our roads. This cannot continue. We have made a passionate case, and we are still expecting that we should be able to have an interface to find a solution to this problem. On behalf of the committee, I welcome you all to this and your team. It is my honor and privilege to invite you to present the budget and also the performance of FEMA, and then we will resolve into executive session where we will go through the nitty-gritty of the budget to align it with the renewed global agenda of this administration. I thank you so much, colleagues, for making time to be here, and I look forward to constructive engagement that will bring about positive change in what we do here in the National Assembly. Thank you very much for that. You have the floor.
Mr. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Ferma, Distinguished Senator Hussein Babangida Wali Kadori, the Honorable Chairman of the House Committee, Engineer Jeremy Vasi, the Deputy Chair of the Senate, Deputy Chair of the House of Reps, members of the Joint Committee of House of Reps, of the Senate and House of Representatives, the two clerks of the Senate and House of Reps.
Honorable Minister, you introduce your team first.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Distinguished the Chairman, sir, and the Chairman of the House, sir. My name is Bello Muhammad Burungu Esquire. By the special grace of Almighty Allah, the Honorable Minister of State for works and supervising the agency of FEMA.
Chairman, Senate Committee, great boss and mentor, regard to most president, Engineer Fusion, Deputy Family Secretary, and the Chairman of the House Committee, as well as other members.
John Ferma, the Chairman, House Committee on FEMA, the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on FEMA, distinguished senators, honorable members, honorable Minister for Works, the Hmsw, and colleagues. My name is Emeka Abasi. I'm the CEO of FEMA. Thank you.
Stand on the existing protocols. My name is Engineer John B. Abuade, Director of West Operations, FEMA.
Chairman of the Senate and House Committee, standing on the existing protocol already established earlier. I want to say that it is my honor and privilege to be here to attend this very important meeting with my team, particularly the Hmsw, the MD, and the technical officers and directors of FEMA present the budget estimates for the year 2025.
Minister, key highlights, please, for one more time.
Mr. Chairman, sir, the highlights of the 2025 budget. The FEMA has earlier proposed 64.88 billion naira, comprising 1.9 billion for personal costs, personnel 33.468 billion for overhead costs, and 26.48 billion for capital costs. This budget prioritized major trunk A roads within the 6 geopolitical zones, aligning with the President Development and Economic Recovery objective of the renewed agenda. The Honorable Chairman, sir, the Honorable Chairman of the Senate and the House Committee may recall that during the committee's oversight visit with the agency's headquarters on the 7th of March 2024, it was observed that yearly budgetary application to the agency was currently inadequate to cater to the enormous task of maintaining our extensive network of roads, particularly the federal roads, which will require over 700 billion. This amount proposed for this year 2025 budget is significantly lower than the 2024 appropriation, which was implemented last year. I want to explore this esteemed committee to support the agency to ensure the sustainability of road infrastructure maintenance. The benefit of the increased financial support will ensure escalating preventive maintenance, responding swiftly to emergency repairs, investing in new technologies, and promoting sustainable maintenance practices. Mr. Chairman, I recall that the key areas are the transparency and accountability. You know, we are deeply rooted to maintaining transparency and accountability in all our activities, as most of the maintenance work carried out are based on data-driven decision-making process using periodic route condition surveys, where regular community and stakeholders engagement provides feedback on road maintenance, planning, and implementation. But we are on the challenges faced by the agency, and together we are going to propose a solution to this challenge. In order to reduce the burden of federal government in maintaining the road asset of the nation, we are in the process of developing and modifying as well as redefining key policies which will generate resources for the agency to possibly maintain our roads for ease of movement of people and goods. We plan to engage our existing committee and stakeholders in order to fine-tune these new funding mechanisms. These policies, when finalized, will generate thousands of jobs to our teaming youth throughout the country. We hope we can count on your support and cooperation as always to achieve these noble objectives. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, the Road Maintenance Agency remains committed to ensuring the smooth and safe movement of people and goods across our nation. We are confident that with the committee's continued support, we can overcome the challenges ahead and make significant strides in maintaining a safe, efficient, and reliable road network for all Nigerians. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I would like to invite the MD of Ferma to explain the nitty-gritty of the project estimate presented to you for 2025. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you, sir. Thank you.
It's an appraisal document. And the second one is the budget proposal, which the minister has covered some aspects of it. Please, can I refer you to page 2 of the budget appraisal document for 2024, page 2. Budget appraisal document. Page
Please talk to the document and let's make
Okay, yes. Page 2 covers the performance of 2024 budget. Under that, for capital, what was appropriated for 2024 was 7.2 billion, while the release was 15.7 billion. The amount so far utilized under the capital allocation is 14.18 billion. The budget performance, that is the releases with respect to the budget as a percentage, was 20% today. But we do know that the 2024 budget is still running. And also some of the monies that have been cashed back is yet to be reflected in the period we have. And also there are also other certificates that are still pending for processing. By the time these two figures are added together to the 15.72 billion that have been released, our budget performance we believe will get up to 60 to 70%. Under the overhead, what was appropriated was 22.02 billion, releases the same amount, utilization the same amount, so we have a 100% budget performance. For personnel, we also have 4.081 billion was appropriated. The same amount was released, and the utilization was the same thing. So we have a 100% budget performance. The next page, which is page 3. Page 3 speaks to the agency's performance. What the money that was appropriated in 2024, what has the agency done with it? The agency has key performance indicators. Page 3 on the same appraisal document. Okay, it's 4. Page 4. Page 3 is the heading. So the page 4 highlights our KPIs for the agency. We have about 4 KPIs mentioned there, which is the length of road maintained, the area of pothole passed, the number of pothole washouts reinstated, the number of bridges reinstated, and the number of direct and indirect jobs created. For each of these parameters, for the length of road maintained is 125.2 kilometers. Areas of pothole patched is 69,475.2 square meters. 17 number washouts were reinstated, and 10 number bridges were reinstated as well. In total, 14,412 jobs were created, in both indirect and direct jobs. Obviously, over the year in question, we've had our challenges, and those challenges include inadequate appropriation, budgetary appropriation and releases is far less than our targeted requirement. The estimate we have for 2024 to fix the road we have is about 800 billion. But what we had is about 103 billion. So there's an urgent need for us to explore other sources of funding to augment the budgetary provisions. We are also faced with distress and age-based pavements. Most of our road infrastructures were built in the early 70s during the oil boom era. So by now, they are at the point of either reconstruction or rehabilitation. Also, we have issue of road abuses on our network. We have damages and vandalization of our bridge structures. We have vehicles actually doing road maintenance work on the road infrastructure. And we know that those chemicals that come from those roads also damage the pavement integrity. So So these are some of the issues we face. And also climate change. Climate change is becoming more pronounced now. We do know what happened. We saw what happened in the Northeast recently, where a lot of bridges were being washed out because of climate change, adverse weather conditions. So we're beginning to look at how do we make our structures more resilient to this effect of adverse weather changes in the country. Also, the issues of human capacity development. Our target is to make Ferma a 21st century agency, and in doing so, we need human resources with the proper skill set that is needed to work in the 21st century organization. And also, there is a challenge of scaling up our direct so that we can get more value from the money we get. The achievements are briefly noted there. We had 3.3 billion worth of equipment that was donated to us by the government of Japan. The equipment has already been delivered, so we're in the process of commissioning the equipment, which will be done very soon. Other achievements, we have a strategic document which the Honorable Minister for State for Works will be launching very soon after consultation with the stakeholders. And also, we're in the process of exploring how we can set up a state-owned enterprise that will help manage the huge equipment base we have in our possession. Then page 5 speaks to the project progress. Page 6 speaks to the project progress report. It's classified according to zones. The 2024 contract was that we are taking primarily on roads. We have the different zones, north central, northwest, southwest, south, southeast, and northeast. The number of projects are highlighted: 44 for north central, 65 for northwest, 59 southwest, 41 south-south, 67 southeast, and northeast 31. This contract sums are also given in that table, which is 6.5 billion for north central, 13.4 billion for northwest, 11.5 billion. Okay, we have the figures. So that table speaks to a summary of the contract. So that the next pages from 7 to pages 7 to 33 is a summary that was captured in that table.
We're in the summary, the details of first of all, the union was looking themselves, and then we take comments and questions from the members of the board. Presentation made by the minister's team. The issues before us are very clear, and it was important that we respond to them accordingly. So we can start with
Senior Senators and members of the House of Representatives, Honorable Minister and the team, I listened to you very, very carefully, and I've had this observation that I wanted to make for a long time. Mr. Chairman, given the deplorable nature of our roads, I've always been worried that the Ferma has not been able to rise up to the challenge of road maintenance in our country. But again, I'm not mindful of the fact that Ferma also have this battles of not being properly funded and never focused. So I appreciate the challenge that you face. But again, against the backdrop of what used to be the BWD Public Works Department in the past, I think that you must strive to do better than what you are doing now. Again, I have also had experience with some of the people that you have sent to work in some places, in my place in particular. And when you look at the money that has been appropriated and look at the work that is done, before you know it, they say they have completed their jobs. And then there's nothing you can do about it. You can't remember you meet a brick wall. Because Ferma, sorry, you meet a brick wall, you can't talk to them because they say that is the scope of work that they have been given. So the job remains unknown. So if you have a stretch of road, for instance, that spans about 10 kilometers and you have been given 250 million naira to patch, and then you come and work for less than 400 meters and you say you have completed your assignment, it leaves a lot of room for improvement. So I think that the Ministry of Works should work in conjunction with Ferma to ensure that what the name represents is translated into real action. Because quite frankly, our communities, our country is hurting from infrastructural deficits. And we cannot continue like that. I don't know, like I said, of the challenges of funding, and that is why we are here. As a committee, Ferma, and in a competitive environment like we have, it is our responsibility to advocate for you. But you must bring out the real issues that are involved. If the federal government is not prepared to fund Ferma, then they should close it up. But this cosmetic approach towards working on our road and palliative arrangements for our business is not it at all. So, Mr. Minister, I think that you people have to review the establishment of Ferma and encourage Ferma to do the job. Because if we don't, if we establish an agency, don't give the instruments for it to work, they are not properly equipped to do the job, and you can't hold them responsible. You can't hold them responsible. No matter how little that comes in, it will go into the bottomless pit. They tell you that it's not enough, and there's nothing you can do about it. So for us, it is, like I said, our duty to advocate for you. But we must, first of all, bring out the real challenges, the real problems. It's not enough to just say we are not properly funded. What are you established to do? What are you supposed to do? What are you doing? What are you not doing? That will inform how to review your status and try to adjust appropriately for you. For some of us, we are not students of the envelope system. And I know that the envelope system is part of the big problems that we have in the budgeting arrangement in this country. Yeah, it's not helping the system. Not helping the system. I told you, I was a minister. And every year, for the 4 years that I was there, they kept talking about e-library. They kept talking about computers and the rest of them. And after 2 years or thereabout, I called the permanent secretary. And I said, where are the computers? Where are the e-libraries? Because if we have to be doing this thing over and over and over, then in 2 years, we should be counting the number of computers that we have. But we didn't have any. We didn't have any. And they couldn't show me the e-libraries that have been appropriated for how many years. So I think that the time has come for a serious country that we must address this issue of the envelope system. The envelope system is not helping development at all. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't envy you, but the board serves as your duty. The co-chair, it is your duty to ensure that Ferma is properly established. It is our duty, and that they do their duty. But at the moment, I think nobody can speak very proudly of Ferma. Thank you very much.
As the Minister, I must say that good maintenance is a critical sector of any economic development. And the moment we take it seriously, then it means that we are willing to move the economy forward. Mr. Chairman, I must say that also that the problem that starts at the contracted level. I must say that I share few experiences I have over the global countries where the contracts upon giving specific percentage of the money is set out for maintenance. And that's not go to agencies like Ferma. The last year, 2024 budget, we raised this issue. I don't know whether it was factored in the 2024 budget, because when we came to budget difference in 2024, we raised the issue of keeping certain percentage of the contract sum for the maintenance of the road, for the once the road is completed. If you go to our neighboring countries, I must say the resurfacing of the roads is maintained after 3-5 years. And then when you are driving along the road from Cotonou to, we are going to, they discover that the roads, the major roads are well taken care of. And it is one of the things that must be factored in at the contracting level to set a certain fund. Secondly, whereas we are the distinguished senator to give example of people of this and the maintenance of it, I'm the only thing know. Are there other sources that Ferma can source for funds to maintain this road? Are they going to collaborate with PPA to maintain the road, to ensure that we have a good network of road? In Nigeria today, I must tell you that we cannot travel free because of that road. Recently, I attempted moving from here to Kano, and I know the number of hours I stayed in this Kaduna road. And these are things that will take you less than 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. So these are the things that need to be factored. The third aspect of the need assessment in budget presentation, just like the distinguished senator said. I will review that there's a need to interface with the Minister of Budget and Planning in this 2025 and find out the need assessment of Ferma. How much do they actually need? They won't be able to interface with the Minister of Budget and be able to look at it and say, this is the what Ferma is presenting to give us a motorable road in the 2025. And with that interface interaction, we will be able to raise it to fund the budget for Ferma. So, Mr. Chairman, I am proposing, and if it's accepted by this committee, I wish to move that the Minister for Budget and Planning should be invited to interface with us and discuss the core budgeting system for Ferma and the best way to ensure that Ferma is adequately funded for the good of the country. We need good road to move our economy forward. That's my position. So, Mr. Chairman, if you accept, I wish to move, if you allow for it,
when it comes to ongoing, there's no ongoing project. I don't understand. I will need explanation on that. But there is a particular portion of the road being maintained by Ferma where I come from. Very soon, when the rain starts, I'm not sure I'll be able to go home to see my people. I have tried to find out and I discovered that there was an appropriation of 440 million naira for that to maintain that portion of the road, the Ula Road. Ula Road. And then an award was given for 436 million naira for that road to be maintained. The company that was awarded the contract is John Paco, Nigeria Limited. Please, since I've been going home, I go home very regularly till the whole of 2024. I just came back from home this January. There is nothing that has happened on that road. So I don't know why that particular company has not gone to site. They have collected an award later. I'm sure they have been paid. Please, MD, I want you to throw more light on that. So I have what to tell you. Thank you.
Yes, well, just a second. I think what we want to do is resolve the executive session so that we can have proper conversations on the community. So I will resolve the executive session. Please.